How's everybody doing today? It's Alex again here with Regal Chevrolet today, and we are out in a 2016 Camaro SS. This is a power-packed vehicle that actually received Motor Trend's Car of the Year this year, and this one's packing the LT1. This is a powerful V8, 455 horsepower, same exact figure on the torque, and we're in the 8-speed automatic, which is faster than the manual transmission. And I gotta say, I've been spending some time in this vehicle, and historically I am not a Camaro guy. I'm not overly fond of the vehicle, but I tell you what, this vehicle has converted me. I have really enjoyed driving it. It is a lot of fun. This would be a fantastic cruiser, especially in V6 trim. You may hear the familiar rumble of that sport exhaust that's on here as we drive down the road. This car is fun to drive in every engine. The 2-liter turbo, really nice engine to drive, almost no turbo lag. It really kicks in the power around 2,000 RPMs and just keeps on pulling. In the V6, super fun for cruising, probably the one I enjoyed driving the most. I really think that one had a lot to offer and is a more usable power. This one is super fun, but this one is very powerful and it makes it for a really great ride. But I think the V6 for my taste would probably be a little bit better, especially for around town on a regular time. And hang out with us today as we go over a few other things about these, share some differences between the different trim levels, and give you a little bit more information about this one, the Camaro SS. Hang with us, guys. You know, I'll tell you what, it may share my nerd stripes a little bit, but I got to tell you, one of my favorite things about being in this car is actually the small diameter steering wheel they put on it. It is fantastic. It makes for really tight, agile steering. Small adjustments on the wheel make a big difference on the road, and that is really great for tight handling. And also, if you get any time to get out on a track and really try this vehicle out, I think you're going to find that small diameter steering wheel is absolutely fantastic. One of the other things about this vehicle that I really find to be great is this new Alpha platform that they're using, which is more of a almost like a modular styled frame and setup for the chassis. What you end up getting out of that is that they can add and remove suspension, bracing, and components depending on the vehicle that they're looking at. So in the 4-cylinder and then the V6, they have less bracing than they have in the V8 and the SS, because it's not needed as much in the lower horsepower vehicles, the lower torque vehicles. Likewise, when you think about the new Camaro convertible that will be coming out, they actually have 11 additional pieces of bracing that they can place into that Alpha modular frame setup to get the exact same structural rigidity as they get in the standard one, without messing with the weight setup. When you compare the weight actually of this vehicle to the last generation one, you're talking about a 250-pound decrease in the overall weight of the vehicle. And that plays itself out in many places. I think one of the things where they made great advancements and great improvements on this vehicle over some of the previous ones is the overall size of the vehicle. It doesn't feel huge. It actually feels, has really nice proportions. You feel like you have a really good visibility, especially in comparison to the last model, of understanding where the corners of the vehicle are at. You're not as afraid going around those corners that you're going to curb a tire or have something like that happen. And that stuff really makes a big difference. The other thing that I think they improved over the last one is the visibility. It's still not what I would call oversized. There's not a ton of visibility, but there's more than the last one. I think that there's an ample amount for a vehicle like this, and you get good rear visibility, albeit not great. The mirrors are a good size without being oversized and causing drag, which is going to affect the performance of the vehicle. The front windshield, I think, is really nice, and they've done a good job of keeping the angles on the dash in a way that keeps there from being a lot of glare on the windshield. That, combined with the heads-up display that you can get, that gives you your miles per hour, your turn-by-turn navigation, and a few other things actually displayed kind of floating in the windshield in front of you, makes for a really nice setup. So in summary, where do we stand on the 2016 Camaro SS? Well, I would say that it is a really great car. I like it probably more than I've ever liked any other Camaro. I like it a lot more than I liked the last generation. It felt big, it felt oversized. There were some benefits with that. The trunk on last year's model is a little bit larger than the model this year. For you golfers out there, you're not going to be able to take the new Camaro to the golf course, as the trunk no longer holds a bag of golf clubs, but it will hold bags for overnight trip, which really further amplifies this car's great cruiser credentials. I mean, huge marks for the 2016 Camaro. Really love it. You guys should come in to your local Chevrolet dealership and take it for a test drive. Especially if you've driven one in the past, you need to come and drive this. The handling is leaps and bounds even above where it was last year's. Phenomenal handling on this car, great acceleration, great grip in the corners, especially in the front end. I've noticed a corner's better than last year's model, especially under acceleration. You get a lot better grip out of the front end with this new suspension setup. Hard to go wrong there. I really like that. So head into your local dealership, take one of these vehicles out for a test drive, just kind of run it through its paces and see what it does for you, see how it works for you. I think the majority of you will be pleasantly surprised. This is a great vehicle. That being said, if you're in the Central Florida area, or really anywhere in the Southeast United States, we've delivered all over the place. Come in and see us. Give us a phone call. 863-904-1170 is the phone number for our Chevy dealership. Or you can visit us online at regalchevy.com or regallakeland.com. And we'd be happy to set you up with a VIP appointment, have you come in, have a vehicle fueled up and ready to go for you to go out on a test drive. This is a great time of year to get into one of these vehicles. With summer approaching, with spring upon us, you're really going to love this type of a vehicle for cruising around town. For Regal Chevy, this has been Alex with a review of the 2016 Chevrolet Camaro SS.